What's up, everybody? My name's Shan, so today we're going to be diving into a Why Am I So Brokkos deck. It's a Sultai deck. Yes, it does cost a lot, so that might be why you're so Brokkos, right? But in its nature, in its essence, it is a Mythos of Brokkos deck. Most importantly, it's a 4-mana sorcery card. You may have never seen it actually, because, well, it doesn't really see a whole lot to play. Anyways, if you spend 1 blue and 1 black for that 2 colorless mana that's in the title there, what you'll get to do instead is search your library for a card, put that card into the graveyard, and then shuffle your library. And then the normal effect, you know, the pay 4, is you get to return up to 2 permanent cards from your graveyard to your hand. And I know that doesn't sound too exciting, but when you're getting to choose one of those 2 cards, and you can kind of set yourself up for a beautiful, beautiful combo that we all know and love so much, then it turns into this really awesome card where you're like, okay, that didn't work, well, let me grab something else. That didn't work, well, let me grab something else, you know? And it just keeps going through your finisher, so to speak, until you have something that actually sticks and your opponent's very mad about that. So, diving into the cards that we're focusing on grabbing here today, the main combo is the Peer into the Abyss, the Underworld Dreams. Now, of course, you can't grab Peer into the Abyss with Mythos, as it's not a permanent card, so you're saying, Chance, that doesn't make any sense, it doesn't really work. We do have the Wishclaw Talisman. At any point, you can grab it from your deck, put it into a graveyard, and then from your graveyard, put it back into your hand. However, you can also grab the Underworld Dreams from your graveyard, put it into your hand, and then you have the other part of the combo, right? So if you don't have Peer, you can go find it with Wishclaw. If you do have Peer, because you have 3 copies, then you're doing perfectly fine. Anyways, if you don't have Peer, you don't have Underworld, you don't have any pieces of the combo, you just go grab something big and bulky like Shark Typhoon or like a Yugen. Or if you need mana, right, to ramp up a little bit more because you're just on the cusp of having Peer or Shark Typhoon, you can always go grab a land and put it into your graveyard and then bring that back. Or you can grab a Lotus Cobra, so when you play your lands, you can gain extra mana, right? So Mythos of Brokkos, I think it's pretty good. I think it's being slept on a little bit. 3 copies, that might be a little intense. I think it's kind of like Bala Bala Get Dala, you know, Bala Get Recovery. I think you want to play it mostly as like a 2-off, 1-off, and it's just really nice as an extra copy, essentially, of whatever you need, almost whenever you need it, right? So, starting us down here in the bottom, we have 3 copies of Blood Chief's Thirst for removal, Gilded Goose for ramp, Heartless Act, more removal. Wishclaw, we explained this. This helps you find your Peer into the Abyss. It can find you any card you need, really, but, you know, it works well with the Mythos to find your, what's it called? And of course, being able to bring it back with Mythos means instead of being able to find just 2 cards, you can now find 4 cards, which is, well, really, really good. Lotus Cobra, of course, going to help you ramp while also being a body you can block with when that time comes. Salundi helps fix your blue mana issues for the Shark Typhoon and for the Mythos, as well as it allows you to dive down into your deck and find your Peer into the Abyss or removal or whatever you may need. Underworld Dreams, of course, goes well with Peer. You can grab it with Mythos, so yeah. Cultivate helps you get ramped up into this top end. Extinction Event, more massive board wipe alongside Shadow's Verdict, 5-mana sorcery. Exile all creatures and planeswalkers with converted mana cost 3 or less. Obviously, you're not going to be hitting a whole lot of planeswalkers with this, but the creatures, oh, it's so nice. You think about it. There's Croxa, the Skyclave Scourge, or Scourge of the Skyclaves, or whatever. Y'all know that card. There's Archfiends, there's Lorders, there's so many 3 CMC cards or less nowadays that just terrorize the battlefield, that terrorizes, right? So Shadow's Verdict is a nice card to deal with those all in one, and it's not like Extinction Event where you have to choose, do I want odd, do I want even, do I want the 1s, 3s, or the 2s and 4s? It's so hard. You just take everything from 1, 2, 3, right? You have Hogger Mauling for some additional removal, as also, you know, comes down as a land and helps with the mana fixing of Underworld and Peer. Mythos, we've been talking about a lot. Nyx Lotus is a card that you can also grab with Mythos to help your mana problems. Also, if you have the Underworld, you can grab these 2, right? And then you're just really kicking ass, able to cast down Peer and Yugen and Shark Typhoon all fairly easily. And then, of course, we have the top end, which is Shark Typhoon, Peer, and Yugen. Shark Typhoon and Yugen you can, of course, grab back with your Mythos. One of the nice things with Shark Typhoon, of course, with Mythos, you can cycle your Shark Typhoon, get that big shark that you need in that mid-game to sort of be a body and block, or maybe get in a few attacks. And then you can bring it back with Mythos and either cycle it again, or hard cast it in the late game when you have enough mana to hard cast it. And then, you know, use a Hagra so you get a creature and you remove a creature and you're just building this insane value. Nice thing with Yugen, you can minus X for all the way up to 7 if you want to, right? Get rid of everything, and then you can bring it right back with Mythos. So if you know, they destroy your Yugen, or if you destroy it yourself or whatever, bringing it right back for 4 mana and on the next turn replaying it, yeah, that's beautiful. Yugen is 8 mana, which means if you have the mana to cast Yugen, you have the mana to cast Mythos plus an Extinction Event, so you can come back after they kill your Yugen, wipe their board, and then Mythos, right? So this deck has a ton of counter and control, not counter as far as actual counter magic, but a lot of counter plays, so to speak, to your opponents filling the board, or whether they're going single creature really big. And honestly, it may not seem like it has a whole lot of defenses, but thanks to the removal, thanks to the massive board wipe potential, you got a lot. And the Mythos, of course, helps you find all of this potential, right? Anyways, that's going to do it for the deck tech breakdown. Hope you all enjoyed. Please be sure you're watching all the way to the end of the video, as we do and have the most fun in, you know, all the matches. It's not a one and done kind of thing. It's not like the first match is the best match and the last match is the worst match. Sometimes I save the best for last because that's just how they sort of turned out. So be sure you're watching all the way through to the end so you can get the full scope of the deck and see what all there is to see how everything plays out. Because, you know, I keep these matches for a specific reason, or you know, try to keep the matches for a specific reason. Anyways, please be sure to leave a like down below if you're enjoying the content. Be sure to hit that subscribe button if you're new here and you want to see more content. And I appreciate it. You know, we're nearing 10,000. There's a lot of rewards coming up for everybody as far as the channel goes, and as far as upgrading the community and everything we have available here to the community. So yeah, super excited about that, and we'll be seeing that later. Anyways, without further ado, let's hop into some magic. Joker Man. You got a joke for me, Joker Man? Let's go with the Temple of Milady first. Shark Typhoon. We do have some good ramp here. And yeah, you know, you can always cycle itself too. I'm going to talk myself right into that one. That I am. So let's go for the Cobra first, as it does have higher potential, right? Opponent's playing Abzan. Or 4 colors, actually, now that I'm noticing. That's a Murkwater pathway. Yeah. Oh, it's a Shron's deck. I was happy, and now I'm just sad. That's the way life works, though, right? Another Goose? I think not. The one Goose is fine, and we already have the triple black mana that we need, so we're not looking necessarily for answering our mana issues. We already have blue mana for Shark Typhoon as well. So yeah, from here, we just need the good playable control cards. What? Why do the shrines always get what they need when they need it? That's fine. We got a Mythos of Brokkos. That's what I need, and you know, it's pretty much when I need it. So I guess I can't be complaining too much, right? We'll pay the Adamant because we can. What are we trying to get over there? We have that and that, so we could put Underworld, bring back Underworld and the Cobra. Because we couldn't get the Lotus and the Underworld into the graveyard, and I feel like we're kind of doing fine on mana, so the main thing is the Underworld and the Pier, right? Wall of Runes. They're trying to block us up, trying to stop us from attacking. Little do they know, our attack method comes from a different angle. It is a combo, one of which you may not be familiar with, Joker Man. The joke may very well be on you. Bum bum bum. Alright, so here's the thing. If I play down Cobra and then I play the land, I can play Underworld after it, as long as Cobra can live. Actually, you know what? No, we can do this anyways, because even if Cobra doesn't live, we still have the Goose to proc the Underworld, right? So this is good. This is fine. This is good and fine. Wish Claw. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That would make 7. No, I don't think we need Wish Claw, actually. We kind of we're like on the cusp of our combo right here. I gotta say, Mythos of Brokkos, it's surprisingly setting us up so well, right? We got the Underworld perfectly. We have the mana for Pier perfectly. Mythos of Nethroi. Oh, if we can find another Brokkos, though, we can just bring that right back. We don't. It's a Goose. A little loose goose, huh? Alright, well that's fine. We'll just go full-blown Shark Typhoon mode then, huh? Play a Goose for a Goose? I think not. So we do still have enough for the peer into the abyss once the time comes. I mean, we could always peer into the abyss ourselves as well. That does still give us a 7/7 shark. You know, it's not a bad thing. I guess if we were going to, this would be the turn, right? But they just got the black shrine. If they didn't have that, I would feel so much more safe and secure in my decision to do this. We can't allow them to draw that many cards, right? Like, that's just insane. There's no way. All right, I think we have to peer ourselves. Oh boy. At least y'all will remember me for going down in a blazing glory, huh? Alright, so we do have the hoggers, we have blood cheese. Wait, is there something we can use here though? Cultivate, Wishclaw, Salundi, Lotus, blood chiefs. None of this stuff is really that good, I'm being honest. Alright, so we go here. Blood chiefs will give us another creature, I suppose. Also, we can take out the wall of runes so our snake can get through. Scratch that, snake's getting taken out to the ball game. We have 10 damage on board. We do have Heartless Act. What else do we have over here? I have another Lotus Cobra. Well, I didn't even realize that. Yeah, get the Cobra down. I have to discard 14 cards. Holy bejeez. Alright, well, I guess let's start discarding some of these lands. I really want to leave that Mythos in hand. Heartless, I feel like we have enough of those. Hagra, sure. Extinction, keep that. Cultivate, we probably don't need any extra lands. That, keep the Yugen. Don't need that, don't need any extra geese. What else do we got? We're coming back around to the beginning. Heartless, that one. We have to discard 14 cards. Goodness gracious. We're at 12. I need so many more cards. I guess we don't need Salundi since we just sort of drew everything that we could potentially want. So what did we actually keep here? A Yugen. We didn't even keep our combo cards. I drew all those. Did I have any of my combo cards in that? I just used Pier. So no, I didn't draw into another Pier. Oh, this is Extinction, my ass. Bye-bye, sharks. Fine. Me and those sharks, we weren't even friends. You don't even know the story, okay? You think you do, but you don't. Yugen, get me that 8/8. Oh, and they're scooping. Joker Man apparently doesn't have too big of a sense of humor. Doesn't like it when I start exiling their shrines, huh? Kiwi? Maybe? I don't know, I feel like I'm saying it wrong. Shark Typhoons, Underworld, and a Goose. This seems fun, actually. Oh yeah, this is so fun. You know, double Underworlds is almost enough to take someone out just on its own, so I'm probably gonna go for the Temple. Oh, chill out there, Chance. Gonna go for the Temple of Deceit here. Extinction event, we'll keep that. And play down Goose here. On our next turn, we can, of course, play our first Underworld. Following turn, we can Extinction event if we need to. Opponents run in Golgari, so, of course, they generally run those graveyard shenanigans. They could also immediately scoop after we play down our second Underworld Dreams. It's a bit of a harsh one to see those two, because you're like, well, I'm on a timer just in general now, right? There's the Pier. Oh, the thing they never wanted to see. Alright, so we're at 5 mana now. We need 2 more mana. Brokkos, of course. Ooh, a Gargaroth. Certainly not bad. We might actually cycle Shark Typhoon here. It does cost us our land though, and we're only 2 lands away. Never mind, we gotta keep that. Oh, Fabled. That's a really good draw for us. Now that does allow us to play down Shark Typhoon as a hard cast. We could also just play down Extinction Event and hit Odd. Would take out Goose though. So they get to keep that, but we also still have the mana to cycle a Shark Typhoon, which, you know, gives us another little look-see at finding the lands we need for the pier. Also takes out their big ass Gargaroth. So all in all, I think it's good. We exiled that Gargaroth. There's no coming back from that. By the way, if you're watching on YouTube and you're enjoying the content right now, please be sure to hit that like and subscribe button, not to mention the bell icon that pops out there afterwards. That way you're supporting the channel through a completely monetary means. You're making sure you get the latest and greatest, spiciest of content, and you're getting it as soon as it drops, so you're not one of those people that's, you know, the meta's sort of walking all over you. So we can use Mythos here. What would we bring back? Because we only have a Shark Typhoon and a land over there. Could Mythos bring back the land, play the land, have mana for Wishclaw, / cycling our other Shark Typhoon, or hard casting our other Shark Typhoon. Could equally so play down Wishclaw, tap, bring out more land. But then they have access to Wishclaw. Let's go for the Mythos, actually. I can also choose to put a card into our graveyard. Ooh. I guess it doesn't really matter, does it? Yeah, let's do this, actually. So what card are we putting into our graveyard? We want the Underworld Dreams, right? Where in the hell? What? Where are the Underworld Dreams? Oh, they're already on the field. Duh, chance. Alright, well, let's put a Nyx Lotus then. So that's good mana. That come back. I know, I didn't grab the land. I should have grabbed the land, but it's fine. Being a little greedy. Don't do this at home, kids. Definitely grab the land. You can cycle the Shark Typhoon that you just grabbed, and then you know, you're in a good position as to where me here staring down the Eolpolu Kranos. Not so much. So if I put this down, we don't have enough for that. If I use Cultivate, we still have 2 left over for the Wishclaw, but we're also... I think we gotta go for this. We're gonna be 2 off from death. Knocking on death's door. But... oh, no, because we... oh, that's so beautiful. I forgot about the fact that we hadn't played a land, so that land that we get from Cultivate means that we have 3 untapped land, and that's very special to us. So that means we can cycle the Shark Typhoon and have our defender on the board in front of that Polo Kranos. So we can't pass the blockers. Now they can eat it, I suppose. They could like use Polo Kranos to fight it. But they're going to be using their only black mana if they do that, right? So they're also going to be using 3 of their other mana to do that, right? And sacrificing some of their damage. Ooh, we're alive with 3. We're alive with 3. And guess who's not alive? That's right, the opponent. GG, we have 42 counters. Ooh, buddy. If that got to go all the way, could you imagine how fast those machine guns would be going off? Alright, and Mythos actually helped us out there. We used Mythos to our advantage. Granted, we were a little greedy. Did we use Mythos to our advantage? Actually, I don't think we did. It's me, John C. This one's a little risky, but we have the Cultivates, so I don't really mind the Fableds, you know what I mean? Like, we can get 3. We can go so much further. We can go so much further and beyond. To infinity and beyond. We probably will go ahead and play down the other Fabled here on the next turn. That way, we can get all the tap plans out of the way, you know? We can just set ourselves up something right nice for the Cultivates. Yugen, you go way over here to the end, buddy. Skyclave. Opponent's playing Sultai Landfall of a sorts, at least. In the very least. We get down more swamps for future endeavors, of course. Y'all know how that game goes, right? Now, as much as I would love to play Underworld Dreams, we're going to have to hold off and play down another Cultivate. Alright, so that puts us up to 5. Lovely, lovely 5. That is a Shadow's Verdict. You're playing Skyclave Shade, and I got a Shadow's Verdict. Boy, am I happy. Now, of course, they are playing Sultai, so they could have counter magic. We always have to be respectful of that. But yeah, you know, if the opponent's going to be using something like a Vastwood Surge, bringing out a whole lot of mana, then maybe I don't have to be respectful. Maybe they're just trying to powerhouse me before I can powerhouse them, Is that your game there, Johnny? So I can't use Cultivate plus anything else, but do I really need to use Cultivate plus anything else? I mean, some wise man might tell you yes. But, yeah, that puts us to 6, 7 mana come next turn. That is not too shabby. That's enough to go Underworlds and then immediately followed it up with combo. We don't have the combo, of course, yet, but the point is we're getting there. Lads and lassies. You know, I'm feeling good about that one. I'm not even questionable. Of course, we also have saloon Vision, so if we can get some blue mana down, we can go searching for. We have all of our basics. I just realized we are basic Andy this game. Tap lands, we don't know them. We just know those basics. Oh, I guess technically Fabled's a tap land. Shit, it's a sham. It's all a lie. We do have enough for Yugen, but like, do you just Yugen all up in someone's face area? Like that feels a little rude. Am I right? Hello, I have a Yugen. Boop. I mean, if you got it, play it. Am I right? We're gonna take out the Vine Gecko. They seem to be like a counter, or not a counter, kicker. That's the other k sound. Yeah, Blood Chief's Thirst. That makes a lot of sense, actually. I probably should have seen that coming. But did we get our use out of Yugen? Our use out of Yugen? I'd say so. Saloon Vision. That means I could play this one down, and then we could have the other one. So Mythos actually going to come in handy here. We're going to use Yugen and that Fabled. Play down the Underworld. Beautiful. So now we can replay the Yugen thanks to that Mythos. I'd say that's pretty worth. Scourge. Bum, bum, bum. And they kicked it, too. That deserves a nice. That deserves a right nice and pleasant. Of course, we have Yugen that can just immediately come back down to terrorize the shit out of him. And of course, he will. He will, for sure. For sure, for sure. So what is this, 2? Woo. Clicking on the wrong thing here. Anyways, we're going to keep the Underworld, which is the most important thing, because we get to keep on taking them down. We, of course, have Yugen to deal a little bit of extra damage. We have Hogger. We have plenty of mana, really. And now that we have blue mana and we can have Shark Typhoon, wow, they just have those Blood Chiefs on deck, huh? That's okay. Skyclave, another one. Another one. And another one down, and another one down. So if I do this, I still have enough for Hagra? Hell yeah. I love when you get to the point in the game where you're like, I can reasonably hard cast a Shark Typhoon? Well, yeah. Extinction Event, that's another good controlling card. We'll go next in the turn. Underworld, of course, will do its job. We'll go for the removal on the Skyclave. Not only is it removal, but it also generates us a creature off the Shark Typhoon. So Sultai got some good stuff. If we find another Brokkos, of course, we can bring back the Yugen and more land. That's not too bad. Pass to attackers. Destroy said attackers. We also get a 4/4 back out of this. Like, that's so spicy. But again, they're Sultai. We're down at 7 life, so who knows? Another Scourge. Oh, baby, it's another Scourge. So I want to use this at instant speed. I don't want to hit even on this, but at the same time, that feels like what we should do, right? Like swing in with our Shark. And they're like, oh, you got a trick up your sleeve? You got another creature to defend with? I'm going to blow it out the sky. They're going down to 3. And then we're going to Extinction Event. Now, of course, this Extinction Event is going to exile the very Shark that we're creating from the Extinction Event, but we'll have the Saloon Vision to give us, ooh, they want to do a little bounce-a-roo. Well, that's fine, actually, right? Because now we just, oh, we got you. We got you something good. We just choose odd. It's me, John C. They're going to scoop it out, and we're picking up a victory with Why Am I So Brokkos? More 1420. I want more. You want more? Who doesn't want more, right? That's a. Oh, and they got Puppet Jace. I do like Puppet Jace. So the only problem with this hand is we don't have any green mana with which to get the Goose or the Cultivate. I'm still gonna keep it because we're going second, so we got the chance of drawing into it. We also have the Temple to help us scry and get there. So not only do we get the extra card draw, we get the extra little look-see here. Swamp, you know, as much as I do love more mana in general, I would really prefer to see the green type, so we'll just hold off. Now I can either Blood Chief's Thirst that Impassioned, or I can go for the Wish Claw, try to set ourselves up. I am going to actually go ahead and play the Wish Claw. I don't know that I'm going to use the Wish Claw. Could, of course, use it to grab us some green mana, but we'll see. Opponent so far playing a very standard Orzhov Life Gain kind of deck. We could also use Wish Claw to grab something spicy like Shadow's Verdict, if that's going to, you know, potentially be a thing that we can hit. It's looking a little dicey right now, of course, but we can take out that Hollowed Priest, so we won't lose too much life to that. If I spin this, what am I grabbing? I guess just green mana, right? Green, and on the next turn we could Cultivate and really set ourselves up for that Shark Typhoon Extinction event kind of thing. I mean, I hate to just grab green mana, but a Temple? We could grab a Temple, but that's tap land. Oh, ugh, that makes me want to throw up a little bit. Alright, we're grabbing the Forest. I don't love it, because it means, like, just use a Wish Claw to only grab a Forest. But sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do, and this is gonna set us up to do what we need to do, I think, so. Cultivate, back-to-back Cultivates, I think, puts us to, what, we got 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 mana? That's good, and you know, we're kind of like a Sultai control deck to a degree. So, Cleric of Life's Bond, that's actually really good for us. We might not Cultivate here, we might just Extinction Event, depending. Oh, they got a Griffinary as well. But no creatures thereafter. So, we know Nyx Lotus doesn't do much for us. Could, of course, cycle Shark Typhoon, but only creates us a 2/2. Extinction Event takes out what they currently have, but again, I think I want to go for the Cultivate. We already have all of the black mana we need. Let's grab a little bit extra green. And we have the blue as well. I grab 2 green. Well, we already have enough green for what we're doing there. Let's grab some extra this, put the green down. Alright, so this puts us to 6 on our next turn, which is enough for the Extinction Event. Come down plus the Goose. Marauding Blight Priest, that's not good for us. That's going to hurt quite a bit. We're going to take 6 here. 7. They're also going to get a burb, if you will. Marauding kind of throws a wrench in our plan here, as it's odd, and, well, it certainly does work for him. So if I go for this and hit even, we're getting rid of Cleric, Impassion, and the 2/2. They're keeping the Marauding and the Owlslid. Of course, I could cycle Shark, doesn't give us anything. Put down Gilded, still dealing at least 2 with the Owlslid. I think we still have to do this, though. If I go odd, take out those 2, we're taking a lot more. So yeah, I have to hit even here. Play Goose, I think. Goose is pretty much just going to be a body to block. 3. So we're at 6 right now. I really don't want to hard cast a Shark Typhoon, but in the same regard, I really want to hard cast a Shark Typhoon. Revitalize, that's not good for us. That Marauding is actually dealing a lot of damage to us just on the tick. And of course, they still have our Wish Claw over there, so they really got a good grip on us. Now, we do have food, so we can gain, you know, a little bit of life there. Put us back to 8. Of course, they're going to deal 2 more here to us. So we're going to be down to 3, could be back to 6. I don't know how much longer we can live, honestly. I'm being honest. It's looking a little rough. Another land. So if I do this, we still have 2. That makes it 3/3. Can block 1. Still dying. I think it's GG. I think they got there too fast. They hit the odds on that last turn, and I was like, oh no, it's all downhill from here. Lotus and a Johnny. Well, I do like both those cards, so and we were playing Lotus in this deck. We don't have it in a Johnny, but It seems kind of keepable, right? We have the Peer into the Abyss, which means we really just need the Underworld Dreams and the Lotus, and we can get that with the Mythos. So we can theoretically get there. Of course, we have Temple of Milady for one of the black mana. We will need more if we're going to hit that Peer and other stuff, so we'll figure it out. Of course, we have the Salundi, so maybe if we draw into land, we can use Salundi to find us a Cultivate or something like that, right? Wishclaw can, of course, help us as well. Opponent taking their sweet time. That's okay. Alright, we're going to keep. Oh, and we just drew into the Underworld Dreams. So I actually want to see something else. We'll say hello to them. I don't know if they said hello or if that was a scrap rock, but we'll say hello. No big deal. Wow, we, So far we've hit everything, minus just the solid black land that we need. So we don't need another Mythos. We actually are looking for land now at this point. So we can get down our combo pretty much, because we just sort of drew into it. Didn't even need the Mythos. But we'll see. You never know. The opponent could counter it, you know. A lot of things left to be determined here. I think we do go ahead and get Wishclaw down. We don't activate it though. And this, of course, will help us get to the mana we need, right? We can use Cultivate. Rael, Rael, the Everwise. So we could use Mythos here as well. Find a Cobra. We could actually play Nyx Lotus down. But I don't think it would tap for very much, right? And it would cost us our Goose. You know what? I actually still want to do it while I think we have a chance here. The opponent's completely tapped out. If we can get the Nyx Lotus down and then the Underworld can follow soon thereafter, I think that's still perfectly fine. This only costs 1 random mana, so as long as we can hit a land at some point. Oh no, we have the Nyx Lotus. That's our extra mana, so that's fine. So we can tap Wishclaw, find a Cultivate, cast a Cultivate. Well, we were going to hit a land there, but we'll see. We were going to hit multiple lands there. Bonus milling us of all the stuff we needed there. That's alright. Swinging in for the 1, not a big deal. Another Peer into the Abyss of all, all the stuff to see. Alright, well, I guess let's go ahead and activate this. Let's follow through with our plan, right? Making sure I want the Cultivate and nothing else, right? So we have some serious power here. No, I think I still want to Cultivate. Alright, and this allows us to get down the black mana we need. And sure. Blood Chief's that little fairy. Right out the sky. Alright, so we can play down the Underworld on our next turn, which costs 3, but then makes Nyx Lotus be able to tap for those 3, so we would essentially be paying 3 to be able to recast that 3, and I guess we could use Mythos, right? I tell you, they are milling us like a dog. It's actually kind of unsettling. Now, we gave them the Wishclaw. It's really unsettling. Why did they not grab another crab with the Wishclaw, though? They had all these Fableds. Like, that's 3. That's even better than the Tutelage, and it's super free. Like, this just doesn't make any sense to me, right? But whatever, they go for the Teferi Master of Time. Draw, discard. I just feel like they could have done more millage than what they did, you know? Teferi, don't get me wrong, still a cool, good card, but you know, they could very much well still be in trouble here. Do we block this damage? I don't think so. I think we just let it go through. It's only 2 damage. He says moments before his death. So we actually have enough mana for the Peer into the Abyss just with what we have down. They don't have any mana to counter this. They will, of course, draw and discard. Good old Teferi trick. Rael. I'm gonna reproc the fairies. Reproc the Teferi. They are putting a lot of cards in our graveyard, but that just means all the more for us to choose from, right? We actually don't need to pay Adamant here. We just need to pay normal. Now choose up to 2 permanents. Well, Yugen, I hear, is nice this time of year, right? That's always a fun one. Yugen, and how about a ye old Shark Typhoon, huh? Are they going to be able to mill us? I guess that's the real question here. They do have the Wish Claw, so if they can find something that, you know, allows them to draw 4 cards, like I know they do have, that mills us quite a bit. But they pretty much have to finish us here, right? Because you're like, we have the combo. You are going downtown, Lotus. I think, right? How many cards do they have? 37. We're going to make them draw half their library of 36. 18? I mean, that still deals enough damage, right? We're like right on the cusp of dealing enough. We have 11 cards left, though. Of course, Teferi draws them 2 more cards. They have a Rune Crab. Don't have any more lands. Please, oh please don't have any more lands. Of course they have more lands. I'm a silly goose. I think they actually get us with Teferi. Yep. Good game. Sorta. We almost had the combo up against Mill. It was frustrating, for sure.